Today, the MLS and Adidas announced this year's version of the Archive Collection, which is 10 jerseys that are throwing back to a bygone era, basically the beginning of MLS or thereabouts, for some teams such as Charlotte and Nashville who did not have MLS teams in this era. They've thrown back kind of to some other teams in the areas or some other representation. For the purposes of Charlotte FC, which is the jersey I'm wearing here, which is my team, as you can see based off of this little shrine I have back here, basically, they have thrown back to the 1981 to 1983 Carolina Lightnin. Not Lightning, it's just an N, no G. The Carolina Lightning, which was a team that played in the American Soccer League from 81 to 83 before that iteration of a soccer federation in America folded. And then basically those players actually went about their ways. I actually went down to the team store at Bank of America Stadium this morning when they opened at 11 a.m. to go ahead and pick this up. They actually had a lot of the members of that original Carolina Lightnin team there. Unfortunately, I didn't really know anything about them, but the captain was there and some of the other players were there from that team. So it was pretty cool to talk with them for a little bit while waiting in line because it was actually extremely busy. But for the jersey itself, the photos that I initially saw that were leaked online kind of gave me a meh impression of this jersey. I wasn't like a huge fan of it. I thought it was kind of lackluster. I actually thought the colors weren't that good. But while standing in line to get in, they officially announced it about 10:30 a.m. and then the doors opened at 11. So we got to see some of the professional photos that were actually shot with like Zaha and Pep Biel. I think Westwood was in there as well. And you could see that the colors were way, way better, which I was going to buy it either way. I buy everything Charlotte FC. They basically have hook, line, sinkered me at this point in time. But I actually do really like the colors on this in real life. I think online it definitely, this like kind of like, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a lime or like a yellow of some sort, kind of like greenish color is a lot better in person. I also think the blue is actually a lot better as well. Now, I've already seen online, both from Charlotte FC fans and from fans just of non-Charlotte FC, that this is a very divisive jersey. People are either like loving it or hating it because there's not a ton going on with it. It's a very simple jersey, but I think that was kind of in a way the point. We just have Charlotte across the front here, the crown, which I actually do like that we use the crown on this jersey. Versus using either our first or secondary logos, either the crest or for the actual like normal circular logo. I think with this being a throwback jersey, they should have used the trefoil logo for Adidas versus the mounted three-stripe logo, but that's a personal preference. I just think that if we're kind of like trying to for this retro thing, it doesn't really make sense to use the performance logo versus kind of the lifestyle logo in my mind, but I guess they have their brand identity and they're going to do what they want. But I think this jersey is actually really nice. The back of it, I didn't get any player on it, so it's just this, and then we have the actual ally in the back. They do these on these retro jerseys. They put the sponsor on the back of the jersey. I actually don't think it's that bad. I was worried because some of the photos online, it looked really bad, but it's just kind of living back there and it's not that big of a deal. If I was thinking about getting a player on the back, but I was burned earlier, actually yesterday, I think it was, by Patrick Agimon officially leaving when I had our Fortress kit, which I really, really love with him on the back. So I got to figure out what I'm doing with that one. In addition, though, I also did pick up the retro scarf that we have, which is You've Been Struck. Is it the right way? It's upside down, actually, because I'm dumb. It says You've Been Struck. You've been struck on it, and then the other side just has the Carolina kind of same typeface that is on the other jersey. I can't even tell if this is the right way up. I believe it is. That's on the other side, and I think this is actually a really nice scarf as well. It matches the jersey very well, and we have a game tonight, so this will be the one that'll be being worn, and I got to take this tag off of it as well. And then for actually going down to the team store and being one of the first 500 people to obtain a jersey, they gave us these pins as well, which I'm trying to get my face out so hopefully you can see. If it doesn't coming in clearly, I'll like edit this to where you can see them, but it basically comes with this same crown it says "For the Crown" and then kind of this throwback Charlotte kind of logo, which is really cool, just as a little free gift. It's one of 1,500. They were only giving away 500 at the team store. I don't know where the other 1,000 of them are, but it's cool. I collect pins, so that actually is like a really good one to me. But overall, I think I really like this jersey. I think it'll look really good on the field, which will be tonight versus DC United at Bank of America. So I'll be at that game, and I think it'll look really cool on the actual players and on the field with the contrast of kind of the green field and DC's colors and whatnot. I'm biased, I'm a Charlotte FC fan, but I would be curious to know what everybody thinks of this jersey, the scarf, and actually the pins as well, because I think the pins are kind of the coolest part. But yeah, we'll be ranking in another one the other 9 jerseys, including this one, kind of in an overall ranking of all 10 jerseys from best to worst, in my opinion. But let me know specifically what you think of the Charlotte FC jersey.